That's why he's hunting all over the place. That's why he's always underground. He's just there to stare. You know, he's like, he doesn't do anything else. Why not? That's what I don't know. I don't care.
Well, I'm so happy you guys are socializing. That's a good thing. يعني ان انتوا تدردشوا شوي. بس مش شايفين اطلعوا قدام. It looks like the mirroring is only working with one screen some reason. I'll give it another try. It looks like it's only choosing one screen for some reason. So I'll give it another try. Hopefully that'll work. If not, I think you'll have لازم تطلع. Yes.
People are asking if it's streaming.
It is streaming on YouTube. Yes, we already are now running. So anything you say now out loud will be in the stream. So you gotta watch out for what you say. Okay. I'm not professional, so I tried, and it looks like it's not working. So لو مش شايف يعني لو شايف يبقى
يعني انا الوحيد اللي مش شايف يعني مثلا يعني كله شايف
في حاجة غلط؟
في حاجه شايفينها طب ورينا مفيش حاجه تتشاف
7953 and so it will end up screening now here instead of here. So ما عملناش حاجة. Yeah, كلهم متولعين. For some reason it's only connected. Give me the option to because it's mirroring. When it's like streaming, it gives there's a streaming for everything in the church. But for some reason, but is it so bad? If you can see, you can just move forward. If you... طب نعمل ايه؟ Yeah, لو مش شايف اطلع قدام بقى. Okay. How bad? Huh? لا دي نفس الطريقة. هي دي نفس الطريقة. Okay. All right. Let's just sing that very quick, but then we can start in the name of the Father and the Son and the Holy Spirit, one God. Amen. I think it's a very famous song. يعني some know بالعربي, some know in English. So let's try it in English and see. How lovely is it to get together and love our Lord teaches us. When we meet in my name together, I've always been between their gather. Oh Lord, come now and join us here. We ask you to come and give us cheer. Fill us with joy from your Holy Spirit, and peace nor riches can provide. Oh Lord, come now and join us here. We ask you to come, give us cheer. Fill us with joy from your Holy Spirit, and peace nor riches can provide. The Lord is here always with us. How lovely He is, how content we are. We talk to Him and He always listens. He'll always be with us and us. Oh Lord, come now and join us here. We ask you to come and give us cheer. Fill us with joy from your Holy Spirit, and peace no riches can provide. Oh Lord, come now and join us here. We ask you to come, give us cheer. Fill us with joy from your Holy Spirit, and peace no riches can provide. In the name of the Father, and the Son, and the Holy Spirit, one God, Amen. We are so happy that we are still continuing this ministry, and we pray that God enrich it and bless it. We're doing live streaming because a lot of people actually asked to watch it. Last time, a couple came back to me after the session, and he said that we spent Sunday evening together. We started listening to the session. That was the first phase. The second phase was a big argument about the details of who did what in the session and who should do what. But thanks God, Yani, at the end of the argument, they said that it really was very positive discussion, and they were so happy that there's something more of, I would say, trigger the thoughts that we have together. And I think that's the whole point of it. We're not giving lectures, we're not educating. You guys are all very well educated. But I think putting things into reality and practicality makes a big difference for us. What we're trying to do is to switch between marriage issues and parenting, because I know this is like in between. يعني شوية كده خناقات بتاعت الجواز، شوية كده حاجات بتاعت الخناقات بتاعت الولاد. So شوية كده وشوية كده, so we can more learn يعني. So last time we had more about marriage. I don't know if you still remember anything from last time, but this time we have a special speaker. Please welcome Dr. Niveen. She is a specialist in the pediatric psychiatry. I'm sorry. I don't want to say anything that's incorrect, so she can introduce herself. Before we start, I thank her so much, and I know that that will be a very fruitful session, inshallah, with her. She asked me to start with a case study, right? I'll show a case study, and I think something maybe that we all have. It might go with a younger age, so if you have elder age kids, please modify it to fit the age that you guys have. But we will read this case study together. Just that's a brainstorming experience, I would say. But then Dr. Niveen will throw her thoughts. The session is live streamed on YouTube. So if there's anything personal or awkward, you can just leave it at the end of the talk, because we will have discussions, like group discussion at the end. So we leave the group like things after we stop live streaming, in case if anything awkward or your kids maybe say that you guys were referring to me or anything. We don't want to do that. So we just read the case study together. It's about Mary, she's 40 years old. Definitely you guys are all younger than her, Yani, but just take it that way. Mary, 40 years, a mother of 2 children, Mark and Joy. Mark is 8 and Joy 5, okay? She's complaining of frequent or feeling down. She feels sort of depressed, headache, and crying spells. Okay, if you, as a woman, feel that, don't feel bad. That, as you can see, most of the women have these feelings. Feeling down, she herself had these feelings. When she came to a therapist, she was talking to him, and she had a hard time coping with her children. And that's the reason why she had these symptoms. Anyway, it says here, especially Joy, the younger one, 5 years. Joy, and listen to this kind of description of her. She is a shy child who had frequent temper tantrum. يعني كل شوية بتتعصب وتتنرفز، عارفين ترفس وحاجات كده. Joy 5, recognizing that Joy's shyness is met by extra attention from her anxious mom. So her mom is trying to make her feel happy, give her attention when she starts this kind of behavior, because she want to avoid this behavior. So every time Joy declined an invitation to play with other kids, her mom would spend quite some time doing things to make her feel better. Okay, so you see how that there's a behavior from the mom, and this behavior from the mom is fed by سلام يا ابونا. سلام ونعم. And اتفضل.
لو كان عندكم اكل كنت جيت من بدري.
نجيب ابونا المرة الجاية.
ما عندكوش اكل.
نجيب. ما عشان في كنيسة، المرة الجاية نعملها برا. So we're studying Joy's behavior. Joy, as we said, shy, and she is not willing to be social, and her mom is trying to deal with this behavior. So she gave her extra attention to make her feel better. If Joy was denied any request, she would start crying and screaming. The only way her mom can calm her is to spank her or give her what she wants. So it is clear that Mary's reactions motivate her daughter to continue with the same problem behaviors. This is what's going to be discussed in details with Dr. Naveen. I just want you to have this case in your mind when Dr. Naveen is talking, because she will always refer to this behavior as in her professional expressions. Please, we thank you so much.
I'm going to mix between Arabic and English because the audience is different. Like whatever we're going to discuss today, it is not something that you guys do not know. But we can look at this as a mindfulness of what we are doing, what good that we're doing that we need to do more and more because it is good for our kids, and what that we're doing good but we can improve. So it actually helps our kids and everything else. But this is actually the case that Abuna brought for discussion. So any thoughts, any comments, anything at all that you guys want to say? Anything good is happening here? Any feeling good in this case at all? Is there any good feeling in that case? Anyone having a good feeling in this case?
Nothing good بقى علشان انا ما سمعتهاش.
صح يا بونا شوف؟ صح. So I'm going to say it again like very quickly من غير ما اقرا السلايد. Basically دي mother like all of us, and she has 2 kids and look like she is stressed out. She has a lot on her plate and she's taking care of 2 young ones in elementary kids. One of them that they are focusing on more is Joy, who is the girl who she described as shy, and she does not participate in activities like her peers, and once she does not participate, she goes home or she spends time home. Mama feels so bad that she does not go there to this birthday party or whatever. So what does Mama does?
She reinforces it.
Exactly. So she stays with her, spends good time, extra amount of time just to talk with her, perhaps play with her, make her feel good. How about that? Does this make the Joy feel good or no?
Yes.
Yes, it has a good feeling. Yes, Mama spending time with me, playing with me, doing with me stuff that I love. Who does not like to spend time with Mama, right? If Mama's not angry, of course. So should Joy get another birthday invitation next month?
Many doesn't like to spend time.
ليه يا بونا بس؟ ليه يا بونا؟ ده احنا كويسين صدقني.
لا
نو يا بونا احنا كويسين قوي. احنا كويسين لما بنكون هاديين ورايقين ومش جعانين بنبقى كويسين قوي.
يعني
بنبقى كويسين.
من غير ما تشخطوا فينا.
All right. So I don't like to use this because I have like a very loud noise, but that sounds like people want this. So again, it is a very pleasant, positive experience that Joy is right now experiencing. She is having mom's attention, mom's full attention. So let's just imagine next week or next month she gets another birthday invitation. Should she go or no? We want her to go. Who does not want her to go?
But she's not going.
Well, it is debatable. She may grow out of it eventually and like to go if something else is happening, but the possibility of her not liking to go to any of these activities and spending more time with Mama because Mama feels bad and she plays with me is a very highly possible situation. And again, this other situation with her throwing tantrums, let me ask you, how many of us shop at Walmart? Just show hands. All right. How many of us get so frustrated with the long lines and all the other counters are closed but one? And we're spending like we're spending our life in the lines there, right? Right. There is a child there that once he goes to this line, he wants to get the candy. Mama said no. What will the child do? Cry, right? What happens after that? They get the candy, right? So next time we're spending time in the line again. What will happen? Candy and chips in Maradi, yes, because you know there is a reinforcer, right? Who is having the good experience now? Mama, the kid, right? We like our kids to have good experiences, right? But do we like to be that a frustrated parent that has to do everything because my kid is gonna throw a fit or because she wants this or that? Yes, sometimes we do, but most of the time we do not want that. We do feel kind of like, you know, humiliated, perhaps embarrassed because of their crying or their behaviors or whatever. But again, for all these behaviors to recur, there is a second gain. There is a child who have this positive feeling or an adult who has this positive feeling. Because guess what? Our children grow and then they find this positive feeling not when they have one-on-one with mama or baba. They find it outside. So what happens at home that may just create another conflict. So we have this good feeling that we get their attention. It just is, again, all what we're doing right now is more of mindfulness. And because we're talking about mindfulness, I want to go back to, إزاي نروح back? Doesn't go back? Yes. So this is a very important thing that we have to understand. There is a big hole in our life called parental guilt trap. You guys heard of it or know what is it? Okay. Our brain is very selective. We are, like, you know, we all have electronics and we know how the iCloud works or whatever, right? We register a lot of information and we retain them, but we don't recall all the information at the same time. All the information is kind of saved in our cloud, in our heart, in our minds, right? But when we have a specific mood, our just minds click, press the button 1 for naked, and all these negative experiences come down. So press number 1 because of I'm feeling not good because I just did not give my child the candy. So all the negative experiences that I ever did with my child or even happened in my childhood, it will just come all up because we pressed the right button, right? We forget that we are good parents and we do a lot of good things. We spend nights and nights and nights just to make sure that they are happy and healthy. We don't remember any of that, but we always worry about that click, the information that just was recalled when we are having this mood. So just be mindful. Anytime we are kind of worried about, am I doing the right thing? Am I messing up my kids? Did I ruin their life? Yes, you maybe did that, but you did other stuff too. No one was perfect. We all did right things and wrong things, which is okay, because this is how we grow too, right? So this is basically what you guys just said. There are some behaviors, and that is what they refer to when they were studying the conditioning, or, you know, scientists always have to put fancy words to anything. So any behavior, if it is recurring, there is a positive gain out of it. Who is getting this positive gain? That is up to what you guys are going to analyze what is happening with your child. But if there is a recurring behavior that you're not comfortable with and you're feeling that it is a problem behavior, لو في مشكلة، لو في شقاوة، لو في ولد مش بيسمع الكلام، لو في حد بيعيط من غير داعي، لو في أي حاجة، always look into what aborted this behavior. إيه اللي حصل just after it. إيه اللي خلى البيهيفير دي تقف؟ لأن غالباً the consequence أو اللي حصل بعد البيهيفير, this is what reinforced it back again. هرجع تاني للإكزامبل اللي هو بتاع الكاندي. هو أخذ الكاندي, it feels good, now I know. Every time I'm gonna go to the grocery store, I know what to do to get my candy and chips. And perhaps a video game too, right? It just keeps adding up. طب كده احنا ما استفدناش حاجة, احنا عارفين الكلام ده, صح? So what is the situation? We're gonna always feel that, or what can we do? What do you think we should do? Or what we do, like you guys do all this, like your kids are all grown up and they are beautiful, perfect kids. Don't take them shopping. You're avoiding that. That's really good. So number one, we're avoiding the problem, so we don't have to worry about it. That can be happening. What else? But would this avoid that example? But would this avoid the pattern of behavior? Perhaps not. Yes.
Either distraction, replacement, or let them cry.
So what I can hear you.
Let them cry.
Let them cry. I like that. See, I'm the evil person. I'm the mean doctor that kept telling mom, leave them cry. Just leave them cry.
لا سيبه يتفلق.
سيبه يتفلق. بالضبط. So this is the deal. We're not mean, we're not bad parents, but we are teaching them life skills and life qualities. If I'm at work and I want a promotion, I'm not going to go cry to my boss and say, hey, I want it, and keep crying till he gives it to me, right? So just aborting this mission from when they are younger, it will help them with life skills on how to kind of deal with frustrations and deal with when things are not going their way.
So what's too much crying? What's unhealthy
So that is
crying?
actually good. So looking into this, when we are leaving them to cry and we decide we're not giving in, how long do you think the child will cry? Couple of minutes? That's a very nice child. Huh? Huh?
Depends on how flexible you've been before. If you let them get away with it several times, they'll cry longer. But if you restrict from the beginning, it'll be a little shorter.
Perfect, perfect.
Can you repeat what you said?
Oh, can she repeat it?
Depending on how frequently you let them get away with what they want. If you let it happen and you know, spoil them the first couple times and just let it pass, they're gonna cry longer whenever you're finally fed up and you're just saying, no, you're gonna cry it out. But if you kind of nip it at the bud and just kind of like from the beginning say, no, the crying session is gonna be shorter.
Yes, and then eventually this is not going to recur again because you know what? Who wants to just spend energy and time and get so sweaty and messy without getting the candy at the end, right? So when you decide not giving in and make sure that it is the rule, you're not going to give in regardless, that would by itself abort the mission, not immediately. It will go backward till they know that, no, this is not going to work. Mama means business. When she says no, it is a no. They go to Baba and then things get a little different there. So to kind of stop a behavior, we have to kind of stop the cycle of this positive reinforcer. But how about this? This child messed up, did something at home, and then mama started yelling and screaming and doing all, you know, the big show that we do. Do you think that would avoid the behavior to recur?
Sometimes they enjoy the show.
Bravo. Yes. Our kids actually are very, 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 very smart. Sometimes they want your negative attention. So this is the deal. This is where, like a family sort of structure, parents should be here. Children should be here. But when the child starts to run, when the parents feel that they are uncomfortable and they are being bullied by the child, now the child is here and we're here. And this is not functional. This is actually very dysfunctional if this pattern continues because it will actually go to other manners too. It's not going to just be pertaining to a candy or a party. It will also go to other things. So you always need to understand that at the end of the day, there are the children. They will like this show. So yelling, screaming, and doing all this like energy, it's exhausting us, but it's entertaining to them. They are getting their negative attention. And that by itself actually reinforces the behavior. However, what if you decided they are not going to have video games for a week? What happens to the behavior?
Will it stop?
Any other thoughts? I'm not talking about corporal punishment. I'm not talking about any negative attention, but we're talking about realistic punishment. That actually stops the behavior, at least temporarily till you forget about it and then it occurs again. The punishment needs to be age appropriate and to be actually proportioned to the situation. Like for example, if a child did not do their homework, they cannot be banned for life from video games, right? That is, yeah, more dramatic than it should, right? And always make sure when you are giving a punishment, it has to be precise and it has to be timed. And they have to understand why it is that they are getting this specific punishment, what is exactly they are doing. And, you know, again, based off their age, they have to register what they did, retain the information that this was not accepted, and for that they got this kind of like punishment or consequence. They have to tell you, like, I did that, and that's why this is my punishment, and this is what I need to do so I do not get myself in trouble again. So that is basically the cycle of, you know, this is a very busy slide. I don't think I'm going to ever go over that because this is not the point of our discussion. But like Abuna said, the candies thing, the birthday party, it's more of like the parents of little children. But guess what? It changes as long as we are alive with our kids and we have them at our household or even outside of our household. Every age group have their own challenges because every age group have their own question.
I'll share this PowerPoint with them.
Okay. So let's go to teenagers. Show your hands if you felt like you were way better child to your parents than your kids are. Yeah, I always tell my mom, I am like we were better teenagers than our kids are to us. Like we were better respectful, we were doing the right things, we never did the wrong things, and we were way better. I'm not gonna say perfect, but I'm better than how our teens now doing. I'm gonna show my hand too, because guess what? Look at the teenager, I don't think you can say it, but this is actually that age. They like fundamentally believe they are doing the right things and you don't know right. They know better. We, at that point, had this fundamental sort of experience. We know right. My parents did not know right. And yes, we had a lot of conflicts, but again, what is our head recalling? When we are in the mood that we were perfect and our kids are trouble and we were not as trouble, we're recalling this button, I'm perfect button. We forget the times that my father kept yelling and screaming and hit me 100 times, and my school principal like did whatever thing. That is it, because we cannot live our lives with everything recalled, because that is miserable. But again, this is the age group with teenagers and stuff, when they do have this role confusion. It is just a phase. They outgrow it eventually. And as a matter of fact, for every, like for example, till 18 years old, it is basically trust versus mistrust, where like the child is fed, changed, cuddled. That's all what they need. And once they are able to feel this, they master this specific trust feeling, they go up to the early childhood question, which is basically autonomy versus shame and guilt. Now I'm better, I'm moving, I'm cruising, I'm using my toilet by myself, I get like to play with my Legos or whatever, so they just go to the second phase. But if the child is not cuddled in the first phase, that is when we get this traumatic adverse childhood experiences, and the kids does not really attach to their caregivers, and that goes to a different route. Again, if the kids who cannot master their autonomy at that specific preschool age, they are gonna just go with like their shame and doubts. I don't know, like what, I couldn't understand my body cue. How can I understand others? This is when we go to the shame and doubt. And again, if we don't master it, we go to the following one, like initiative, like it just goes, like it is just like a business slide. If you can just look into this on your own so we don't waste your time. But it goes all the way to even us our age and even for older. All right, so the focus actually, the topic was about react or interact. We want to understand how can we have like a quality time with our kids rather than the quantity, because I spend a lot of time with my family at home. My kids are in their rooms and I'm probably in the kitchen, and God knows what my husband is doing. So that is usually how our life goes, right? So it is not about the quantity of hours that we're under the same roof, but about the quality of our interaction and what we are doing together and stuff. It starts with us being active listener. When I say active listener, what comes to your minds? Conversation. Don't interrupt. Hey guys, you know all these things.
Behind their complaints,
What?
trying to get to the meaning behind their complaints. Sometimes they're complaining about one thing, but they want something else underneath.
Right? Right? Yes.
Part of active listening as well as repeating what they're saying and just assuring them that you're listening.
Mm-hmm. So, yes. Not judging, huh? Yes. So again, we all are doing this. It's not like we're adding anything to our knowledge, but we just need to be mindful to how to kind of make it even better and better. So active listening does not include questioning, does not include sarcasm, does not include negative talk or orders or commands. There is another time for it. And it is not the whole time. Like the active listening, you need just to have like 5 minutes. Honestly, the 5 minutes that you can spend with your child can be worth a long, long time that you're not really participating in this active listening. Who remembers or have little kids that are playing with Legos and colors for the first time? We all did that, right? What do we typically do with them? Like, show me the red, right? When they are coloring, yes, you're with red. Show me the red. Show me the green. Show me the yellow. And if we have like a family over or friends over, we try to kind of, display our kids' talents. they know the shapes, they know the colors, they are doing this or that. So for the family, they are proud, and they should, because the child is doing amazingly. He is recognizing the colors, recognizing the shapes, the names, the words. He is advancing in all the knowledge. I want you to put yourself in the shoes of this 3-year-old child who is there with 5 adults in the room asking him or interrogating him about all his knowledge that he knows. So what we are experiencing as we are kind of bragging with pride and making them even more confident that they are doing or not doing, for the child, actually, this is a very stressful time. He is just under questioning all the time. He has to answer right. So it is different experience for them. And again, the sarcasm, they may not even understand it. So for them, they are kind of questioning whether they did the right thing or wrong. In any conversation, as parents, we always like to have the last words. Actually, we do not have to really persist on that because we're the parents, and they know we are. Even if we're arguing and they are saying the thing, I don't have to comment on it and have the last word. It doesn't make me any better in my structure in the household. So that is the don'ts, or some of the don'ts. But this is actually the core of what we need to recognize and try to work on more and more. They call it the pride skills, but this is not actually the pride that everyone talks about in the community right now. It's a different pride. And if we just memorize the acronyms, it just will help us to know how to master the active listening with our children. It is described for little ones, so it may not be appropriate completely for older kids, but the skills, I will tell you, we use it even with adults and parents, and it works. So if you know the skill, you can apply it to any age group, actually. The P is for praising. Good job. How many times we said good job? Is it a good word or no? Yes. How about good job putting your clothes in their place? Is it better or not? What is the difference between the two of them? More specific, right? So if you want to really have an effective repetitive of positive behaviors, label praise it. The child who comes to you and you tell him good job. Is it good job because I came to mama, or because I washed my face, or because I breathed right today, or what did I do that she is really recognizing? Make it specific. Label, praise the right thing that they do. Because they hear it. They know that you saw it, recognize it. And it will be having this positive feeling. They would want to do it back again and again, because guess what? Mama likes it, or Baba likes it, or my teacher likes it. So like good job or great job is amazing, but great job getting a B, though you were not well prepared for the test. So even the negative, I know we all want our kids to get an A, right? But we can even acknowledge that they did their best, but next time we can do better. But good job getting a B, though you did not prepare, and you know you are going to prepare better next time. So always label praise, because it will provide better reinforcer for that good positive behaviors. The reflection, when we're talking with them, what does the reflection comes, like what do you get when I say reflection? What is reflection? So my kid came yesterday, and that's an example. And they were so exhausted because they had a very long day, and their bag was heavy, and they had to walk in the rain. So you just need to say, it was a long day, and you had to walk in the rain while carrying your bag. What did I do? I just reflected every single word they said. Because you know what? They will acknowledge that we heard and we paid attention to what they are saying. Again, that's not normal. That's not normal conversation between us and our families. So we cannot do this all day long. But during that brief time that we are gonna kind of just assign to have a positive listening experience, let's just try to do most of these skills. So reflect to what they say. Just repeat it again, not in a questioning mood, but in a very neutral, repetitive, reflective mood. Again, that optimizes their confidence and self-esteem, because they know they are validated. You heard what they said, you're repeating it, you're kind of approving of what they said. So it just increases their confidence and self-esteem and make them feel kind of, oh yeah, so okay, mom is hearing, that's good. The imitation is more for little ones. Play with them. but get them to be the lead. So play with them, for example, Legos, Play-Doh, colors, anything that is not with rules, like not Monopoly or anything that has rules. Play with anything that they can creatively be the lead, and you just follow their milestones. Like بيلعبوا مثلا دومنا, بيلعبوا بالقطع مثلا red, blue, yellow. You just take the parts and put it like they are putting. They are building a block, build the block زيهم. Just do an image to what they are doing. Imitate what they are doing. They left the Legos and they like, what is Mama doing? She's playing with me. Like, that's what, like, what? So they went ahead and started coloring. You do the same. You just go and color. We're not chasing them. But that would actually make them feel that they are wanted. They want, like, the parents are interested to spend time with them. During the time that you're coloring, just do whatever they are doing. And if anything, describe what they are doing. You are coloring the house. You are coloring Spider-Man. You are drawing a circle. Just describe what they are doing. Again, the little ones, when they hear it, that actually boosts their confidence and self-esteem. They know that what they are doing, you're approving of, you are doing similarly, so it is something good perhaps, and that it is acknowledged, that it just builds, like, it is amazing how it just changes the behaviors. The last thing, which actually we need to do this while we're enjoying it. It's not a task. If you're not able to enjoy the time with your child, we have to learn it. Maybe something else is going on. Maybe that's not the best time for me to really spend this 5 minutes of quiet time with my child. I need to find that enjoying. Like, you know, if I'm not enjoying it and I'm spending time with my child, they will feel that we're obligated to do it. But if we are having fun and enjoying it, it's just gonna reflect the same, and they're gonna feel the same way, and it will just be different. Most of the times, when there are families coming to us with a child who are the children who are experiencing these problem behaviors, whatever it is, the 5 minutes of playtime when it is child-derived and they are following these, the 5 times can save them perhaps 5, 6 tantrums a day. We're not supposed to really do this all day long. It is not normal, it is not natural. Maybe the toddler classes, the pre-K classes, the teachers are doing this more often, but that is not what we usually do in our day-to-day lives. But what if our kids are older? So, that's exactly how, what you guys said. So there is an effective communication and an ineffective communication.
Older at what age?
Huh?
Older at
Yes.
what age?
Well, we're still talking about like till teenagers, but again, these are like older. Like, it depends. It's child to child. في children وهم صغيرين بتحس إن هم more mature. They're not going to play with Legos. They're going to do something different. Depends, person to person. But usually, the older ones will, don't expect your teenager, if you're spending time with them, to give you the eye contact. That usually is not good, actually. Like, they typically are going to be busy doing something else. They may give you once in a while an eye contact, but this is not something that is very often when you're working or having some time with your teenager. Again, what we need to focus on, it's going to be more like, that's actually the last slide. And that summarizes all what we are already discussing. Meet them where they are. What do you mean by that? Go down to their level. So physically, you need to be at their space. Like, I cannot talk like that with him sitting down, because I'm already putting in the situation that I am in a higher level and I'm giving him instructions. I'm sorry, I'm just using you as an example. I'm so sorry for that, right? So if you are really encouraged to do this positive interaction with the child, if they're playing, go down and sit on the floor. If they are sitting on the floor, if they are on the desk, sit on the desk. So meet them at the same level physically and emotionally. If the child comes to say, hey, I'm sad, don't tell them, why are you sad? You have everything. You have like you have the best room, you have the video games, you have this and that. You're actually not meeting them where they are. Don't tell them the Bible said don't be sad. They are not there. They want to hear, I am sad and I want my mother to kind of support me. You will eventually say that our joy is through God and everything. I'm sorry, Abuna. But at the moment, you have to meet them where they are, or you're losing the interaction immediately. So meet them where they are and respect their personal experience. So no matter what they are doing, do not minimize it. Like whatever big for them is big for them, and you have to kind of respect it. If my daughter is weeping and screaming because her pant is ripping, or because she had like a stain on her shirt or whatever, don't minimize it. Don't tell her you have other one that's the same color. For her, it is catastrophic. Yes, you're not going to catastrophize the reaction, but you have to respect it. I do not know how to fix it, but let's see if that can be fixed or cleaned or something. Just respect their problem, because for them it is real, even if for you it is not sounding real. So respect them and don't minimize it, and it is not time to share your experience, actually. Don't say, hey, you have all these shirts and you're afraid for one. I didn't have except 3 when I was your age. It's not your time. It's not the time to share your experience at all. There is another time to share your experience and kind of say like that you had this positive experience or negative experience, or came out of a negative experience in a positive manner. But at the moment when your child is spilling out stress, just respect them, don't minimize them, and don't share your negative experience unless it is in a supportive way. And talk less, listen more. And again, while you're listening, the talking that you're saying would be out of the pride skills. You're reflecting, you are label praising things that they did right, or just making sure that they know that you are listening to them actively, not just there and perhaps think about what are you going to eat for dinner. مبتدئ في الغضب. Yes, yes. And again, like that is it. Like just be there and validate who they are and do whatever they need. ده أبونا بقى هو اللي هيكمل بقى.
Does it mean for teenagers we have to meet the kids at the gym?
Why not, if you can?
What if we can?
Well, there is another place that you can meet them. Like, I don't think they are spending 24/7 at the gym.
Not, I mean at the level. That's what they need.
Is this what they are trying to bring out as discussion?
That's what they are interested in. Some, not all.
Maybe, like, how about that? Like, I don't want to comment from anything. How do you think about Shireen's comment? Like, what if the child's interests are limited, perhaps to the gym, or things that I'm not interested in? There's no way I'm going to be enjoying the time doing something I don't like, right? So how can we kind of meet them? Yeah. How can we get the points connected?
How about if we talk to them about their gym experience? How did you like your gym today? Like, talk to them if they like the gym. How was the gym experience? What are you playing? What's your favorite coach? How did you learn that? Just try to get something they like and expand from that. Is that right?
It can start, well, how was your gym today? Always start with an open-ended question. Don't ask specifics, because they will answer with yes or no, and you're stuck. Just start with a question that has an open end where they can express. If he is stuck and is not talking much, what else that he is doing at the moment? Like, be flexible. Like, he wants to talk about the gym, he is going to bring it out. But if he's not talking about the gym and he is just, oh, it was good, I like that you had a good experience. See what he is doing and just try to engage in the conversation with it. Like, not necessarily that it is what you cannot talk about. I don't know anything about gym or sports. Yes.
If he is interested in physical activity, you could say, let's go to the park on Saturday. Like, it doesn't all have to be the gym. Like, you can take him outside of the gym and do a physical activity with him. You could involve him in soccer or something so that you can watch him, encourage him playing like a sport that he enjoys, something like that.
Yeah, that's a good point. And you know what? Who has a teenager that does not like food? Yeah, teenager doesn't like, yeah, Yusef is a different story. He likes other stuff perhaps. But you know, find a common topic that you can bring out, and again, do not ask with specifics that he will just shut down. You just ask with a way that he will find a rich conversation to bring on and on and on. So he will start talking nonstop, or she will start talking nonstop. Just be there then. Like, the moment they start talking, or just listen and try to, like, even if you don't really understand what they're saying, have them teach you and just explain this to you and stuff. And it is so boring, I can't hear what my kids can say, but I have to make it happen. Yes. Well, thank you again for tolerating me. Again, back to Abunas.
Okay, that's too much to grasp, I think. I know that it was a lot. But it was more of a strategy. I'll share definitely these PowerPoints. Can send it for you guys so you can work on it. ماشي. فنيفين يعني غرقتنا بحاجات كتير بس flooding بس ممكن يعني نعمل بقى private sessions لنفين واللي عايز يحجز معاها ميعاد يقول لنا ممكن ناخد منها. انا يعني definitely اكتر حاجه انا حبيتها هو the concept of the quality time. What's behind the quality time? It's not an interrogation. أنا مش بستجوب ابني عملت إيه في المدرسة النهاردة. كويس. One of the lessons that I learned, if my son has a soccer game, please don't make the first question is, what was the result? Did you win or lose? It has nothing to do with winning or losing at all. You can get this information later on, and between the lines, you will see his face. But don't ask him, the first question is, did you win or lose? Because the same thing with spouses, وده احنا قلنا المرة اللي فاتت شوية. أنا لما بسأل the purpose is not to get the information. The purpose is, like you said, to have a quality time and enjoy it. Answering Shireen's question, Bardo, about where to meet them, I loved the fact that we should talk more and less. And I think it's an amazing thing if you really understand that you don't know what he's doing, to learn. يعني I remember when Bavli started to do the video games, and he's still يعني beating me. But he loved the fact that he's teaching me something. When all the time أنا اللي دايما بقول له ده صح وده غلط، اعمل وما تعملش. And finally, he find his space of odd هنا، وأنا هعرفك إزاي تلعب. Play the game, press this button, اعمل كده. Finally, he find himself able to teach me something. And this is a great experience for him and for myself, Bardo, to humble ourselves شوية. I love what Naveen said about the rules. But at the same time, we always take it like we have to have the last word. That has nothing to do with the rule. It has nothing to do. لأن أنت لما قلتي I don't have to have the last word. The first thing jumped into my mind. بس أنت لسه من شوية قايلة إن لازم كل واحد يبقى somewhere. وبعدين when I started to think about it, that has nothing to do with my position as father and his position as a son. It has to do with creating self-confidence, giving him the fact that he has something to say. Thank you so much, Naveen. I don't know if you still have energy and time to have group discussions. بعد كل الكلام ده, if you feel that you can do that, we still have a few more minutes. ممكن نعمل كده؟ Yes. طيب. احنا بادئين متأخر ابونا عشان هم جايين متأخر. ممكن لانش ايه؟ هنا؟ Okay, ماشي. I know we're still struggling with the time frame. I know servants has classes بس يعني إن شاء الله يبقى عندنا أحسن من كده. طيب, two very quick announcements. Next meeting will be November 20. مش كده؟ November 20. So mark your calendar for November 20. One more thing, we're working on a Christmas party. Please mark your calendar for December 18, right? December 18th.
So our Christmas party, God willing, will be December 18th, Sunday, and it will be from 1 to 5 at Pine Community Center in Wexford. It's a very nice place. So there's going to be games and lots of things. Okay.
Can you talk us about getting information?
Oh, what sort of... Oh, yes. If you could also, if you did not fill out the form on the website, we would really love to know when your anniversaries are so that we could all share and celebrate it with you. So, and it would be very nice if maybe we can do it collectively every meeting.
It's a Google document, right?
No? Which? Okay, so Olivia will be taking care of that. Okay.
But it has some information. We need some information like anniversaries. We need to start to celebrate your anniversaries. So don't hesitate. You don't have to say the year if you feel that's gonna make you look like old. You don't have to say the year, but at least say the anniversary so we can celebrate together.
المكان سن November 20th. What is it?
Thank you very much.
نعم. Oh, you're welcome. You're welcome.
Thank you لكل الست. نصلي كلنا أبانا لازم مع بعض. باسم الآب والابن والروح القدس الإله الواحد أمين. إلهنا مخلصنا الصالح يسوع المسيح، من عمق القلب يا رب نشكرك على محبتك لينا وتحننك علينا، استطيل أناتك علينا يا رب، إنما طول أناتك يقتادنا إلى التوبة. توبنا يا رب فنتوب، واعطنا يا رب أن نثبت في محبتك من خلال محبتنا بعضنا لبعض. علمنا أنت يا رب وارشدنا، أنت هو المعلم الصالح يا ربنا. طيب نحب يسوع المسيح، بارك على إخوتي وأخواتي الواقفين أمامك، بارك يا رب في حياتنا كلها، واعطنا أن نسلك كما يحق للدعوة التي دعينا بها إليك. من أجل شفاعة أمك الحنون مريم وكل قديسيك، أعطنا الحكمة يا رب لنتصرف بحكمة ولنخلص نحن يا رب والذين أتمنى عليهم. باركنا في كل بركة سماوية من أجل شفاعة أمك الحنون مريم وكل مصاف قديسيك. Let us pray thankfully our Father who art in heaven. يا أبانا الذي في السماوات، تقدس اسمك، يأتي ملكوتك. والآن محبة الله الأب ونعمة ابن الواحد وشركة وموهبة وعطية الروح القدس فلتكن مع جميعكم. أمضوا بسلام. سلام الرب مع جميعك. Thank you, Niveen.